Hi, this is Faye, the Head of Commercial here at My Destination. I'm going to be speaking to you now for about an hour about our commercial proposition. Now, it's a presentation that's actually been broken down into chapters, so despite it taking a little while to get through the entire presentation, it should mean that you can break it down into those sections, and it's fairly easy to view. So without further ado, I will make a start. So firstly, what are we going to cover? We're going to be covering a recap, really. What is My Destination? Who are our users? What do we do for businesses? The My Destination proposition, which includes sections on the My Destination directory, the My Destination dedicated profiles, the 3 tiers of profiles that we offer, the Standard, the Premier and the Platinum, and Multimedia, the showcase profiles and the POIs, the points of interest. These are our exceptions, really. Then another section, why clients will choose to upgrade, how to cost the profiles with the new system in your markets, and then we'll finish up with a little summary. So firstly, what is My Destination? My Destination produce online travel guides that are used daily and trusted by over 18 million users a year. It's a sophisticated global travel guide with a unique local touch. We have a unique local touch with all our content being created daily by our local experts in each and every destination, and as you can see, we are covering the globe in every continent. We now work with over 60,000 businesses worldwide, and we've now produced over 20,000 videos and virtual tours, and these numbers are growing every day. We're a very rapidly expanding company, and we've got a proven formula. The users find My Destination on their computers, on their mobile devices, 365 days a year. Now they find that via several different methods, but some of them would include Google search. They find us through social media, through YouTube, through global and local advertising campaigns, and of course via our affiliations with internet giants such as the Google apps like Google Field Trip. My Destination was created in 2006, so we're now in our 7th successful year of business, with a truly global footprint and a series of awards behind us. We're a company with an ever-increasing value in the eyes of venture capitalists and, of course, with regard to industry experts too. So next chapter, who are our users? I've got a slide here that gives you some updated information about who our users are, where they come from, and a little bit of our global statistics. So you can see here we're in all 6 continents, and we're now in 100 destinations. There are 100 destinations live on the network, and that is growing. The users come from all over the globe, but primarily we have a focus is here. We have large sectors in the United Kingdom, in the United States, in Canada, in Spain, the UAE, India, Australia, Malta, but these are just really a top 8 figures. You know, that our coverage across the globe, and the users that visit our sites are from every single corner. We've got about 2.6 million monthly users currently. The average age of that user is between 25 to 55 years. They're educated people, they're graduate level. We also have, with regard to our social media, over nearly 250,000 fans on Facebook, 1,164,414 views on our YouTube channel, and 91,550 followers on Twitter. So what do we do for businesses? We showcase businesses 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, both online and on mobile devices. We create cutting-edge multimedia, providing assets for our clients. We proactively promote and market a business to targeted potential customers. We introduce businesses to new customers locally and internationally. And we engage users and encourage direct response and reactions. We're exposing local businesses online to thousands of global customers. We not only do that, we also offer a whole host of extras. So in addition to the main content sections on the site, we also offer many other methods for businesses to gain additional exposure. We have the fully optimized mobile version. We create travel articles. We have an events calendar which tells everybody what's on in the particular destinations. We use social media promotion ourselves. We all have Twitter, Facebook and YouTube channels. We have a head office blog, and we also have recommended badges and stickers that businesses that work with us can choose to use. So moving on, the My Destination proposition. My Destination. We work around the freemium model. Now, our commercial proposition works around a model that is known in the online industry as the freemium model. This model is tried and tested and successfully used by thousands of internet software giants, and it's also widely used in the antivirus software and the app market too. And based around the fact that you offer one basic level of your product for free and then premium level options at a cost. Got a selection here of some of the businesses that you might be familiar with, but definitely, things are very familiar to us, such as LinkedIn, Skype, Spotify, MailChimp, Dropbox. Many of these things we're using on a daily basis, and they all work around the freemium model. Let's put this in a picture. The iceberg picture. So businesses exist in two formats on our site. There's the My Destination directory listing. Now this is the free core base of the business, attracting a huge client database and also being a large user and lead generation source for us too. And then at the tip of the iceberg, that's the My Destination dedicated profiles. The paying, value-added service, which stands out above the crowd and delivers cost-effective, high-impact marketing solutions. The My Destination directory. The My Destination directory, why do we have it? Well, the My Destination websites are comprehensive sources of information about worldwide destinations. We need a quality crowd in order to create a rich and valuable user experience. We don't want them to go elsewhere. To drive traffic through huge numbers of landing pages, page views and keywords, SEO value. To create a strong commercial proposition for selling a dedicated profile to a potential business. Focusing on conversions in sales actually is the way to attain the greatest knowledge of what a customer really wants and what they're willing to pay for. So converting a business from somebody that's free to somebody that's paid for is really where you're going to learn a lot of tricks of the trade. We also want it to generate leads for us to upgrade. And of course, really importantly, it will also create our contact database. So the basic listings, the My Destination directory, they're providing vital user content, but they're also very much a lead generation source. The My Destination directory is your starting point to building the crowd. It's a comprehensive variety of businesses that a user will expect to find on our sites. It's going to include all non-paying businesses that don't warrant the showcase profile status. We'll come to that later. You will also use the directory to maybe downgrade a client that doesn't renew, maintaining them on the site for the benefit of the users, but without the services they received as a paying client. You may also use the directory to host the client that hasn't paid yet. So somebody that has agreed an order, you've built the profile, but they haven't made their payment yet. So you're just holding them in the directory until that payment's made, and then you make the switch and everything goes live. It shows a clear difference between what they receive as a paying client and not. All the information and multimedia is archived though, so if you downgrade a client, that information is still archived, so it's very easy to reactivate them to the dedicated profile level if they renew or when the payment is received. So what's included in the My Destination directory? Well, it's a basic business listing providing a user with limited but still quality information that features after all the dedicated profiles in our search results. You can see an image here on the right hand side of what a basic listing in the My Destination directory is going to look like. But I'll recap here what that directory listing includes. You can see I've highlighted also with the red boxes. competitor banner advertising. That's going to appear on these directory pages. There's also a feature, the You May Also Like feature. Now this is promoting our paid for dedicated profiles. In many cases they're competitors. However, it does have their company name, a map, a phone number, one main picture, an overview text, the tags are correctly placed, and there's also a link on there for the business owner to contact us about the upgrade option. How does this really help us with sales? Well, the directory has been designed as a lead generation tool first and foremost, and will actively provide you with opportunities to sell the My Destination dedicated profiles, which is, at the end of the day, that is your commercial proposition. So how will the directory be created? Well, a business can submit their company for free via the easy-to-use Join the My Destination Directly template, which is going to be on the site. It will be a simple link that they can click that's around the About Us section. Now that's the minimal work for you, so it's a preferable option, and it's also something that's going to be supported by HQ. I'll embellish on that shortly too. Or we're going to be able to add them ourselves when building our sites initially, or as part of a growing and updating our prospective client database. So you've got two options there. They're going to be submitting them themselves from the outside, using the template on the site, or we can add them ourselves into our admin. So let's look at scenario 1. So when a business submits their company themselves. Okay, now this scenario I mentioned is going to be supported by HQ for franchisees before launch and as an option post-launch as well if requested. You will provide us with your My Destination Directory email database. So a database of emails for all the companies you want to include in your My Destination Directory. We from HQ will send an initial email blast and also then follow it up with reminder emails promoting the sign-up page, thereby enabling the creation and initial promotion of your site with minimal kind of work from yourselves. Now what happens upon submission? They will receive again an auto email from HQ saying thanks very much, and that the local expert team, i.e. you guys, will be in touch. You will also receive an email notification from HQ with the directory submission as a draft in the admin, which has been completed with all the contact details for you to then edit and approve. Once it's been approved and published, the company will be sent a marketing loaded email from HQ once again, which tells them that their directory listing is live, and it also opens the door to the sale of the My Destination dedicated profiles, thus generating you a lead. Then let's look at scenario 2. Now this is a scenario when you have created a business via the admin. The listing can be created in the admin, selecting the My Destination Directory button option. So in the area where you're creating a company in your admin, there'll be a simple radio button that says Directory Listing, as opposed to Dedicated Profile. Upon publishing the company, you will have the option to select whether the company should receive the same marketing loaded email from HQ, opening the door to the sale of the My Destination dedicated profiles. What are the costs that are associated here? Well, there's no platform usage cost for the directory. It's completely free. The use of the email blast tool, this tool that I'm talking about that HQ is going to provide, is also free. You may also choose to use the content creation service to build the directory, so to add in the overview text and to really kind of give that a little bit of that local flavour. But this is something that you can do either before launch or during your life cycle. So, the My Destination dedicated profiles. A dedicated business profile which includes a host of marketing features that the directory doesn't allow a user to easily engage with information. Not only do they get a dedicated page, but we also promote them in the directory pages too. This dedicated profile includes many additional features that are not found on the My Destination directory listing. I've highlighted most of these in the pictures on the right hand side here. The dedicated profile includes additional features then. It has the contact email and web address. It has social media interaction. It has the logo and an unlimited picture gallery. We also feature a video and virtual tour. They have downloadable brochures, price lists, all of these things as links from their profile. We can also feature their offers and promote their events. We write a local tip all about them. They also have no competitor banner advertising on the page. It's 100% dedicated to them. And they also don't have the "you may also like" feature coming onto their page promoting any form of competition nearby. There's 3 tiers of promotion that a business can choose from. All the profiles, Standard, Premier and Platinum, look the same, and they have the same features offered as a whole. It really is a question of positioning in search results on our sites. Search results are always a hot topic with the sale of an online product, so our proposition goes hand in hand with actually what a client tends to expect to hear. So just to make this clear, at the top of the search results you see the Platinum business profiles. Underneath those are the Premier business profiles. Underneath those you'll find the Standard business profiles, and then at the bottom of search results, which in some cases with a larger site may be page 3, page 4 of any particular section, that is where would start the My Destination directory listings. So the Platinum profile is our most exclusive proposition, not only featuring right at the top of our search results, but more importantly it guarantees the very highest level of exposure on our site for the lowest possible cost per exposure too. So let's look here a little bit at the HQ costs. We're talking about the platform usage costs. When a profile is featured on our site, as a Standard, Premier or a Platinum level, it incurs a platform usage cost, unless of course it's a point of interest, a POI, but we'll come on to that later. So here's a little table that gives you a clue, gives you the figures for what the costs are per day, per 30 days, so an average month, and then the cost for 365 days. Costs are charged in pounds. So we've got 32 pence per day for Platinum, 16 pence per day for Premier, 8 pence per day for a Standard. These prices also don't include any discretion or discounts that HQ might have also allocated to your destination. So this is effectively the rate card prices. So in other words, a Platinum profile will cost you £116.80 to be live on your site for a full year. Now there is a minimum platform usage fee of €300 per month. So let's come on to our next exciting chapter, Multimedia. Now Multimedia remains and still is our signature product. We offer videos, virtual tours and panoramic photography. And Multimedia continues to be what sets us apart from our competitors. It makes our sites more engaging and useful to our users, and thanks to the world's increasing internet speeds and the growth of giants like YouTube, multimedia is a necessary part of a business's online footprint, thus making our proposition even more compelling. We aim to package our multimedia with every one of the businesses that we sell to, but can also now include their own multimedia content on their profiles too. When we create multimedia for a business, we are creating an asset for them. The price of a virtual tour or video is therefore not factored into the expected results from the money they spend on a profile, i.e. the advertising part, with us. CPE calculations, therefore, do not include the investment made in the multimedia elements. They are separate from this. So let's first look at multimedia videos. Our videos can be provided to a business for a one-off, hugely competitive fee. The edited video will appear on their My Destination dedicated profile, also on the home page if they're a Platinum profile, and on our My Destination YouTube channel. The client, will be provided with the embed codes as well to insert the video in their own site, to use the video in their social media, to share the video with other marketing vehicles, and very importantly, they will also have the raw file and something that will also be given to them with no branding too. So they own that video. It is an asset to their business. And multimedia is proven to stimulate higher customer engagement. So the virtual tours and images. Well, virtual tours, they bring a business to life online. And like videos, we aim to sell these as part of every dedicated profile package. We can be competitive in the marketplace with our fees and appeal to a large demographic of businesses. The virtual tour, when edited, will appear on the My Destination dedicated profile page, and it'll also appear on the home page if they're a platinum, just like the videos do. They will receive the embed code to insert the tour into their own website and share it with other websites too. And also the panoramic images, which in some cases are absolutely stunning and very useful for Facebook pages, especially for the top background image. They're also created free of charge and are part of the price of the virtual tour, and they're given to the business as part of the fee. And multimedia, a fact to mention to people, it increases engagement on a profile by up to 400%. So let's look at some costs. Multimedia charges and our HQ costs. So below is an idea of multimedia pricing. However, it's completely at your discretion. This is not prescriptive pricing. And then also the margins involved when HQ costs are applied. Now, if you research the cost of multimedia, both the editing side and also the charge that people make to clients, in your regions, I think you're quickly going to see that these prices are insanely cheap. So let's just run through. So a virtual tour, we're talking here about the HQ costs. So we charge £5 per shot of virtual tour to edit. Now let's take a 6-shot VT, and you'd be looking at £30. The guide cost to a client, so what you would maybe charge a client for a virtual tour, would be in the region of £150. So there's an 80% margin. So it's cost you £30 in terms of HQ editing, and the cost that you've charged the client is £150. Then let's take a couple of examples of videos. 40 minutes editing time has cost £20. So it's cost you £20 of HQ. We would expect you to charge about £300 for this type of video, with a margin there of 93%. Or different types of videos might require a little bit more editing time, so it might be a good idea to have 2 or 3 different styles of video available to your clients to purchase. I've given an example here of a video tour, so I think the editing time on that is something more like 1 hour. So a fee that would be charged to you by HQ, about £30. A guide cost for this kind of video to a client, about £350. So a margin there, 91.5. So very healthy margins, but incredibly cheap pricing, both from our side at HQ, because of our economies of scale, and the kind of cost that you can charge a client. So let's talk a little bit here about how we price package. So a few top tips. Now, multimedia is proven by the network to be best sold when it's packaged with the profile, so extracting the maximum revenue from the client in one sale. The price list can, if you wish, continue to include the cost of multimedia to facilitate these types of sales. However, we have the flexibility to sell multimedia when it is applicable to the client and when it's cost effective for the franchisee. It doesn't have to be packaged with every single sale. So if the client is not suitable, you wouldn't be trying to sell them that package including the video and virtual tour. You would simply sell them the dedicated profile as a standalone product. And in the same way, if you've got to travel 15-16 hours to film a video, potentially you may choose not to do that in that particular sale to a client. get the dedicated profile sale made first, and then discuss the multimedia options. But what we have with our proposition is complete flexibility in this respect. So when selling a package though, so when you're actually going to a client that is ripe for multimedia, perfect client, you're going to sell them the dedicated profile plus a virtual tour plus a video, all as part of one package. The time that you break down the multimedia element is when you're demonstrating the CPE value of the marketing platform. So let's say the client's going to pay €1,050 for a platinum profile that includes a virtual tour and a video. You're going to tell them £450 of that is actually allocated towards the cost of the multimedia assets. So you're looking at £600 as being the cost of the marketing platform. This £600 is also the amount of money that would be renewed each year. So when it comes to the second year, the cost of the marketing platform is £600. If they choose to do another video, they might want to renew the video, renew the virtual tour, then you might charge them the multimedia once again. But the renewable fee, the fee that is associated with the marketing and advertising, is just that £600. I'm giving them a case study example where a platinum profile it receives 30,000 exposures received over a 12-month period. So the CPE figure is calculated against that £600, which results in a 2p CPE. If you'd left the multimedia costs in there, so if you divided the exposure between the entire price that was paid in that first year, the CPE would be much higher, which really isn't justified. Let's come on to some exceptions, the showcases and POIs. Firstly, showcase profiles. Now, showcases are used initially to load the site with the right commercial potential and give our users, and potential businesses of course, confidence in our product. Now, we can build standard, premier or platinum level showcases, and they look the same as the paid profiles, and they're charged in the same way by HQ for the same platform usage rates. When building a site from scratch, you're going to select showcase examples in the admin in order to reach your minimum monthly platform usage charge, that £300, and before you start selling. So you're going to be loading your site with the right commercial potential, the right kind of clients as showcase examples. Now you can see on the right you've got an image there where you can see there's a button there, paid, showcase, and then the request POI. Now the showcase would be what was clicked in these particular examples in your admin. Once you're established, you may choose to then select a business as a showcase for just a short time. It might be part of your sales approach, and then if they don't buy, you downgrade it. But seeing as HQ charge you on a daily basis, you might think, well, I'm going to showcase this particular business for 7 days. I'm going to go and see them. I'm going to showcase what they can get from me. And if they don't buy, I'll reduce it. If they do, then I will move forward onto the paid option, simply changing the button. But this might be a tactic that you've used already in sales and you feel that is the best way to go about it, showing somebody exactly what they're going to get. So POIs, points of interest. Now this is the first exemption to the rules. So these can feature on your site with no platform usage fee once the business has been approved by HQ, and there's also no service charge for their multimedia. Now POIs are created in the admin in the same way as a paid for profile would be done, i.e. as a standard, premier or platinum level. POIs would include businesses like parks, museums, some certain attractions that simply will never pay for advertising but absolutely must feature on your site to ensure a quality user experience. The submission is unlimited. You can submit as many of these as you wish, and the approval process will work through the admin in exactly the same way as Google Field Trip. So you'll see here you've got a button in the admin. It will be coming soon into your admin that says request POI. So you would build your profile in the same way that you normally would, you would then request the POI and it would come back to you as approved from HQ, or it would not be, with some reasons why. Exemption to the rule number 2, the scenic and regional multimedia. So at HQ, we're actively encouraging you to include multimedia-rich content on your site to give our users the most interactive and engaging experience whilst on our sites. To enable this and to grow this area of your websites, there will be no service charge from HQ for the editing of any scenic or regional info multimedia. This is fully inclusive in our standard services, so you can continue to film your regional videos and your scenic VTs. These will be something that are not charged for in either the platform usage or in the service charges. We really want you to continue doing this great work. So why will clients choose to upgrade? Why not stay in the My Destination directory? The My Destination directory is not a marketing platform. It does not allow a business to actively engage with our users, and it does not take advantage of our marketing services. Being part of a directory means the business is part of a large crowd, and whilst a user may see them, they are hugely unlikely to engage with them, as the information that we feature is limited and our listing pages are designed to positively promote the dedicated profiles of the same category and subcategory type. The My Destination dedicated profiles, however, offer a business a unique and dedicated platform, a mini website, if you will, about their business, and takes full advantage of our full array of services. The profiles give quantifiable marketing results, and furthermore, they offer assets to a business in terms of multimedia. The My Destination directory will not perform for the business in the same way. So what we're talking about here is a basic listing versus a quantifiable marketing platform with assets. Take a case study of the My Destination directory. The directory gives the business an online presence on a quality website, but it's not a marketing platform for them. Let's look at a user scenario. So the user is scrolling through the accommodation and finds the Hotel Melia. Got a picture here on the left. He views the page information, but it's limited, and he also spots several other options for hotels on the same page. In here. They suit his search, so he clicks on one of those. He's then exposed to a hotel dedicated profile with visuals, with videos, with local tips, photo galleries, and all of this inspires him. And what's more, all the contact details are available to touch of a button too. He forgets then all about the Melia that he initially saw in the directory, and he gets in touch with the other hotel. So we talk about the My Destination dedicated profile. Let's just summarise what the dedicated profile features are. They have complete contact details. The web and email address is featured. They have their social media buttons. They have download links to other media, e.g. menus, price lists, etc. They have a logo and an unlimited photo gallery. We offer a local tip. They feature a video and a virtual tour. They also have no competitor advertising on their page and no nearby business promotion either. They also get the client interface, the global HQ and local expert support, you guys. They get their events promoted. They get digital stickers for their websites recommending them. They have a mobile version. The travel articles, they're often written in and included in. And they take advantage of social media promotion that we offer too. So the My Destination dedicated profiles, those are the marketing platforms that deliver proven results. Let's case study this one. So we've got a platinum profile. The dedicated profile offers this business a proactive marketing platform with the full host of features, as well as additional services that we just mentioned from the local expert team. It's going to deliver maximum possible exposure to our audience with greatest ROI for the cheapest CPE, cost per exposure. It's providing them also with assets for their business if they've purchased the multimedia from us. So let's take an example. The clients paid £1,050 for the Platinum profile plus VT and video. £450 of that is the cost of the multimedia assets. £600 is the cost of the Platinum marketing platform. They have 30,000 exposures received over the 12 months. That's costing them just 2 pence per targeted exposure. So it has proven results. So how do we cost the profiles in the market? So what do you charge? Well, pricing is dependent on your own market factors. And researching those is something that you need to do as part of your exercises and launching your site. However, the following do represent some examples that you can just begin to gain some idea from and maybe even work with. Now, from these profit figures that are mentioned here, you're going to be taking out your running costs, such as staff wages, equipment, HQ services, and of course your own marketing. But what you can see here is an idea of a price to charge, what it's cost you in terms of the platform usage, and therefore a profit number and a margin. So with the Platinum, Premier and Standard, you're looking at margins of 81%. With the cost that HQ charge, and an example pricing here of £600 for a Platinum, £300 for the Premier, and just £150 for the Standard. Let's look at this though when we include a VT. Now I'm including a virtual tour that's got 6 shots to it, so it's cost £30 in terms of HQ editing. Now what I'm therefore suggesting is that we charge an extra £150 for that VT. So the Platinum plus VT is going to be £750, the Premier plus VT £450, the Standard plus VT £300. And again, you can look at your margins here and you're looking at a region of 80%. Then to move on to an example here, including a video. So we're looking here at a video that's cost £30 to edit. So I think that was something that I gave an example of earlier. There's about an hour's worth of editing involved there. Now I'm suggesting you're charging £300 for that video to a client. So the Platinum Plus video, £900. The Premier Plus video, £600. The Standard Plus video, £450. So you've got a fantastic margin of 87% there if you're selling a Standard Plus video. And then let's look at something including both. So you're seeing where this is all going. So based on the fact you're charging £150 for a VT and £300 for a video, together as a package with the Platinum, Premier or Standard, you're looking at margins from 83 to 85% in terms of profit. But bear in mind, when you're actually charging for the 2 options, it's quite likely that you're going to have some smaller costs involved because you're very likely to be doing the filming of that in one particular instance. So let's summarise. My Destination is a growing global travel brand with proven success worldwide as a quality online and mobile marketing vehicle for thousands of businesses. The My Destination commercial proposition is based upon the well-known and successfully tested Freemium Model. The My Destination directory exists as the core base of business listings on the site. It provides useful and necessary information to engage a user, huge SEO value for your site by creating landing pages, and acts as a proactive lead generation source for your commercial team. Our dedicated business profiles provide a commercially compelling proposition with the option to include the sale of fixed assets, that's the multimedia, for a business. In fact, our commercial proposition offers such great value, we enjoy a renewal rate of over 90% in the network. Our commercial model allows for the flexibility that's required to adapt to the limitations of all the different regions that we have in our network worldwide and the specific needs of different types of clients. It represents a perfect balance between our own user needs and our commercial objectives. And all of this takes us just one step closer towards the global domination we all desire. This commercial proposition overview presentation We'll also be fully supported by some further training videos that will detail in much more detail the sales process, useful tips and all the tactics that you need to actually approach the sale and the commercial process. But really this was here to explain and clarify our proposition. You can watch it again at any time, and if you feel that there are any elements that have been discussed in here that you still need a little bit more clarification upon, please do feel free to drop me an email at commercial@mydestination.com. The email address is just featured there at the end, and I'll be more than happy to clarify something in more detail for you. Many thanks. Speak to you all soon.